to another video.
I'm going to finally teach you how to do a handstand. Yeah, I do handstands for fun. I love doing them. It's a great way to concentrate. If you are someone who easily gets distracted or has a hard time concentrating on things or meditating, focusing on doing a handstand is a great way to just shut out everything in your life. All your troubles go away and you just focus solely on balancing on both of your hands. I've been seeing a lot of handstand tutorials on YouTube, and I think most of those videos suck because it's just overloaded with too much information and it's just overwhelming for someone who's trying to start, or they're just giving you the wrong information if you're a beginner, and what they teach you is just gonna make your progress even slower, in my opinion. Let's cut through all the bullshit in this video. I'm gonna show you my way of teaching a beginner like yourself how to do a handstand right away. So first of all, what you need to do is take off your shoes, okay? Do not do handstands with shoes on. Why? Because when you're standing wearing shoes, you don't feel it. But once your feet go in the air with your shoes on, you're going to feel it, okay? It's gonna throw you off every time you perform a handstand as a beginner. I've seen it so many times. I don't care what kind of shoes you have, no matter how light you think they are, once your feet are in the air, the weight is going to like double or triple once you have your shoes on. You just wear socks, okay? You just have to wear socks, that's it. Socks are fine, all right? Don't go barefoot because you might stub your toe or whatever injury, okay? So just wear socks. Second thing you need to do is find the right flooring. Do not do a handstand on hardwood or concrete because it's just too hard for your hands to bear. What I recommend that you do is you find something that's a lot softer for your hands. So carpet is a very, very good place to start. All right, so you can practice it at home. And the benefit of practicing handstands at home is that you don't have to worry about other people looking at you. For example, if you try to practice handstands at your local gym or out in public, people are gonna look at you seeing it, and then you might feel embarrassed. So practice at home, okay? You have carpet, go to your living room and just practice it there. If you want something even better than carpet, what I recommend that you get is something like this. This is Gorilla Mat, okay? So it's basically a giant rubber mat that I use to practice all of my home workout exercises on, okay? Why? Because it's very thick, as you can see. It's very thick material and it absorbs my hands as I press down when I perform the handstand. So this is a lot easier to grip than carpet because carpet, it's furry, fuzzy, and this is a lot more stable. Don't try using a yoga mat. Yoga mats are just too spongy, in my opinion, and they're too small. Most yoga mats, you got this small rectangle of space to work with. It's not enough, in my opinion. Get something bigger, because if you try to fall, or if you fall by accident when you do a handstand, you need enough floor or mat to cover or brace for the impact. A large Gorilla Mat like this, which is what I recommend all my students to use. And if you want to get your Gorilla Mat, click the link down below. What's next? Okay, now you have to understand the proper hand position. So a lot of people assume that when they get up on a handstand, their hands are just flat onto the floor and then they just get up in a handstand, but that's not true. If you really want to have a strong handstand, you need a strong foundation. The way to do that is to think of your hand as three parts. There's the base, which is here. You got your fingers over here, and then you got the inside knuckles here. I like to think of it as a teeter-totter. What you're trying to do when you do a handstand is you're trying to teeter-totter between your fingers and your base, or the palm of your hand. And the way to do that is to put all your weight, or as much weight as possible, on the inner knuckles. When you're in a handstand, you're not flat like this. No, you're actually like this. You're gripping the floor as you hold the handstand. Whenever you feel like you're falling forwards, you press down on your fingers to counter that effect. When you feel like you're falling backwards, like you press down on the palm to counter that effect. And essentially, when I do my handstands, I want to be balancing on this area right here. I want to feel it right here as I perform the handstand. So it's not flat like this. Never be like this. See this? This is flat. This is vulnerable, okay? You're prone to injuring yourself if you fall forwards. You have no stability at all. So instead of flat, you want to be gripping. Do you see this right now? I'm gripping the floor with all of my fingers, okay? My thumbs, index, middle, all the way to pinky, gripping. Grip the floor like I am doing right now, okay? Really feel the floor pressing down onto your fingers, okay? And then I want you to put all your weight onto your hands and knees. And I just want you to feel the weight distribution. Feel it all towards your fingers. And feel it all towards your back of your palm. And then find that middle ground, okay? You want that middle ground to be the inside of your knuckles, right here. If you feel the pressure, if you feel the weight onto your inside knuckles, you're at your sweet spot. And that's where you want to be when you do your handstands, at that sweet spot. Lift your feet up, just on your knees. You can lift one knee up if you want. And just test it out, okay? Feel the balance, okay? Make sure that all the weight is on the inner knuckles. Now, if you don't have the flexibility to do this, then what I recommend is to reverse your hands like this. Just stretch it out, okay? Doing a lot of wrist stretches, grip exercise with the handlebar that I use a lot. These things will help in your progress. Like this, and then you can do like this if you want, do the reverse. So I'm doing back of my palms, face down, just pretend I'm squeezing a ball, okay? Just getting these muscles activated. Once you're familiar with where your weight should be, then it's time to start adding on a next level. So I think of handstands as 3 levels, okay? The first level is your arm. The second level is your torso. And then the third level are your legs, okay? So if you stack all 3, the arms, the torso, and the legs, you have like a 3-tier cake or a 3-story building. Problem is, a lot of people have a very weak core, okay? So when you try to assemble a 3-story building made out of jello, what's going to happen? It's going to fall over. Before you try to perform a full handstand, you need to develop each of these layers individually, okay? So you start off with the first layer, which is this. All you do is put all your weight onto your hands, okay? So before we were on our knees, now just lift your legs up, okay? And just get used to this position, okay? Putting all your weight onto your hands, feel it on your shoulders. Arms are straight. Just feel it. Now, where do you look when you do the handstand? Okay, so you see this little yellow indicator? I put this here on the mat for a reason, because I put it right in the dead center so I know exactly where I'm going to be at all times. And when I do the handstand, I want to be looking at this yellow marker. This yellow marker is right here. I put my hands on each side. All right, and then I look here first. So when you get into a handstand, you're not going to be dead center in the beginning. You have to set yourself up. Okay, so what you have to do is you got to look forward, and then once you align your body, you look more towards the center, the middle area. Hand, lift my legs up. This is what I look like. My hands are here, but my eyes are over here. So I'm kind of like in a planche position. And then I align my arms and upper body into the center, and then legs aligned afterwards. When you try to get into a handstand, you look forwards and then you align your body and your eyesight into the middle between your hands. When you align your eyesight, you want to be looking up. Okay, so when I say up, I mean like looking up, like towards your eyebrows. Okay, so you're not cranking your whole head to look at this thing. There are 2 ways of getting up into a handstand. Easy way is to just jump up, which is what I see a lot of stupid people doing, and they just set themselves up for failure. Because to me, if you try to jump up into a handstand, it's kind of like raising a giant tall ladder up into the sky. If you do that, it's gonna fly around, okay? It's so volatile. But if you had like a hydraulic ladder, right? If you go and then, right? It raises up. That's a lot easier to control. And the hydraulics in us are our muscles. What I recommend everyone to do is what I was doing just before, okay? So knees in this position, okay? First position. Second position, okay? What's the third? The third is a frog stand, okay? Everyone, I think, should learn this. The frog stand. All I'm doing is putting my inside knees onto my elbows, like this. Same hand position, okay? Fingers gripping the floor, palms down, putting all my weight onto the middle of my hands. And I look not at the marker, I look over here. This is the hydraulic motion to raising your ladder more efficiently than doing that wow thing where they're just flimsy and just cranking that tall ladder up. How long do you hold a frog stand? For as long as you can, all right? Just concentrate on your breathing, concentrate on where the weight should be distributed, and just try to relax because it's going to be a very uncomfortable position for you to maintain. Put in as much practice every day doing this, okay? Hands down, frog stand, boom, boom. So if you have trouble getting into the frog stand, again, one leg or one toe is up, one toe is down, both toes, okay? Always use your toes to support you, okay? So again, toes are down, one toe up, and then the next one. Uh-oh, I'm running out of steam. One toe down, two toes down, like this, okay? So practice this every day. Whenever you have time, just get away from the computer and do this for like 5 minutes every day. And you will notice that your core will get so strong after a month of doing this.